half, Andrew, is big, setting the tone really within the first 10, 15 minutes. If Indiana's midfield can control the pace, find passing lanes in the midfield, feel confident about moving the ball into the attacking third.
Underway in Bloomington. Here we go. 45 minutes for the first half. Indiana has scored the majority of their goals this year in the second. 8 in the second half, 4 in the first, to make it 12 goals in 10 games for Indiana. Early rush now for the Ducks. It's Abella Hunter who tries to cross it in, and a save made by Sally Rainey, her first of the afternoon.
Didn't take long for Abella Hunter to get going with the left foot. Good velocity, but right into the hands.
Got a touch far side. Indiana still in that feeling out process. Both of these teams are. Crab Band is out and loud as they are at every game, men's or women's, here at Bill Armstrong Stadium. Indiana will take it away in the center. Across the pitch for Haggerty, she'll head back to Albert. Looking to advance up the middle. Neighbors. Haggerty ahead. Moved along for Smith. She'll control, it's cleared away quickly by Jade Holly.
And Andrew, we've tiptoed around the offensive struggles for both sides. You take a look at Oregon, Andrew. They scored just 1 goal in the month of September. They've been held scoreless their last 360 minutes of gameplay. So that's a big storyline for the Ducks, is can they find their forwards in space? Can they convert in the attacking third today against a team that's next to them in the Big Ten standings?
Mary-Kate Sullivan loses it near side. Still fighting on that side with Hunter, who eventually sends it up top. Albert along to Volchek. Volchek played over 1,000 minutes last year for Indiana, was a part of that backline piece. The Hoosiers coming off a 6-9-2 campaign in 2024. And in 2023, they were a match away from winning their first Big Ten title. But a very difficult place to play for opponents here at Bill Armstrong Stadium. Albert will throw it in, rather, it'll be Haggerty, the left back.
And Indiana at home, they haven't lost yet. Now, that might not stay the same if that offense continues to stall, as Oregon's starting to get going offensively.
Oregon's pushing the pressure early, up to Sullivan. She'll lose it to Hunter, who's already fired a shot at Rainey once today. Through pass, doesn't find a friendly duck foot. And advanced ahead to Sarah Serta. Middle pitch, it's Smith, back to Serta with a run on the right side. Serta cuts ahead, left foot shot, just sails over the crossbar. A good chance for the Hoosiers 3 minutes into this match.
Great things happen when you operate in space. A great pass to Serta, leading her off to the right side. She can peel back over to the left, shooting that just outside the 18.
Ooh, just a couple of inches. That could have hit the crossbar, but an early chance for Indiana. Maybe we might not have to wait so long for a goal in this match. Oregon has not scored a goal since September 5th. When they played at Seattle, they lost that one 2-1. Indiana with a chance as Serta falls to the pitch, as does Smith. No advantage played, it's Oregon's ball.
And I think a key, again, is what you can control is your aggressiveness. Obviously, Oregon, fresh off a shutout 3-0 loss at Purdue. It's important to change your mindset. Just be aggressive defensively, offensively.
It's always tough for a first-year head coach to instill his or her mindset into a new group of players, but both of these coaches are experienced, not in the Big Ten, but elsewhere in Division I and all divisions of college soccer. Tracy Joyner, the leader of the Ducks, is in her 12th overall season of coaching. 9 of those were spent with the Aggies of UC Davis. Indiana pressure in the box. Sullivan forced the ball out left. Advanced ahead on the line, and it hits off of Indiana's bench. Our sideline reporter, Taylor Danielson, almost made a nice grab down there.
She had to duck out of the way a little bit. Heads up.
Good
heads
reactions,
up.
yep.
Thumbs up. She's okay.
Yep. She's all set. This is Sullivan. Rather, Eiler. Flips back to Haggerty. Near side Sullivan. One-touch pass intercepted. And a throw in for the Ducks. Nice little breeze here. It's a humid day, but not too hot, at least up here. We have the luxury of a nice tent, which the players out there most certainly do not. Haggerty to throw it in for Indiana. A shot on goal apiece. Rather, one shot apiece. The only one on goal was Oregon's earlier in the match. This one, Karams off of Mary-Kate Sullivan. It will be an Indiana corner, so their first set piece of the day.
And the Hoosiers had 7 corners last match against Washington. Didn't convert any of those set pieces, but an early opportunity right now.
Kennedy Neighbors will be the one to take on the near side. With Olivia Smith just to her right, sends it into the box. Headed on net, caught out. Bella Haggerty fired it on goal, but an easy save for Kaylee Goldstein, the 6-year keeper out of Half Moon Beach, California. Came over from UC Davis, one of 6 players to follow Tracy Joyner to Eugene.
That was a good corner from Neighbors, sending it right to the back post. Haggerty able to square up that corner kick, but just good location from Goldstein in the box there, able to corral it.
Haggerty looking ahead. Mary-Kate Sullivan on a run. She'll be cut off by Taylor Bryan. Rather, Jasmine Young, the 6-year defender. And it'll be a goal kick for Oregon. 38 minutes to go in this game.
Almost another corner. Good through ball to Sullivan on the near side.
Both of these teams averaging just under 6 shots on goal a game thus far, for right around 10 matches for both squads. We a throw in for Indiana on the far side.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Bryan, a quick throw in towards the forehead of Boyer. Sullivan operates in space, slows down. Pass ahead, gets past Eiler. Ahead for Serta with a lane. Serta trying to turn on the Jets on the right side, stops up in the middle. Long shot over the crossbar, but not a bad choice to try one from out there by Sarah Serta.
Try that from 30 yards out.
At least.
But it was on line. Just too much air, but Indiana is firing when they have an opportunity.
She had room, it just kind of sailed on her. And no effort needed from Goldstein. She saw it off the boot. Still a chance for Indiana. They are trying to keep the pressure on. Good move from Kenny to keep it away. And it's back toward Jasmine Young.
Yeah, and Kaylee Goldstein, the keeper for Oregon. She's had a very successful 6-year career. She allows right at 1 goal per game.
There's a run and stopped as Eiler took a hop, and she's still down at Oregon 6. A little bit slow to get up, but she will get up, which is good. But a nice play from Goldstein to keep the ball out of danger.
Yeah, a couple subs ready for Indiana. Well, that might be a foul.
That will be a foul. It's on Bella Haggerty, who pushed, looked like a Bella Hunter towards the pitch, and she did fall. She's all right. It'll be a free kick, the first of the day for Oregon. First actually foul of the day from either of these teams, and it looks like it'll be Jade Holly to take it.
Yeah, you got to think you place this right at the edge of the 18.
This is effectively a de facto long corner. Big run up and a high boot up towards the 6. Still a chance. Headed out by Indiana. Long shot. Nice block from Sullivan. Basically makes a save, and Sarah Serta is able to clear it away. Excellent defense from Indiana.
A great free kick as well. Right into the keeper's box.
A shot blocked by Mary Kate Sullivan. And it was a ripper. I think it was off the boot of Ella Asmussen. So we have thrown for the Ducks. Pressure's not out just yet for Indiana.
Yeah, Mary Kate Sullivan may have saved a goal with that deflection.
That shot had some speed on it.
It was headed for the left post.
Another pass in from Holly. Volchek is able to move it away and sends it towards Albert on the near, or rather Haggerty on the near side. Kept in by Holly. Asmussen back to her back line. And it's controlled by Selah Sims. Boyer shielded off. Olivia Smith now gives to Prattel. Ahead for Eiler, who takes a fall. That'll be a whistle.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Flurry of chances offensively for Indiana.
In towards the box, Ledwith off the post. Had a chance, Greshik still with it, loops around, tries to send it back into the 6, and is dispossessed. A couple of shots have hit the post now for the Hoosiers. In open space, rushing after it is Albert. And Ledwith sends it back and gives the offense time to breathe.
You can really feel the sense of urgency for Indiana. They can feel it. They know they're close to breaking this game open. Ledwith nearly just did. But you can see this offense is flowing.
Long ahead, Greshik. It's getting corralled. It's now back up ahead looking for Albert, who made a run from the defensive back line. And it's corralled by Goldstein. She's had no shortage of work. Just off the post, it had Goldstein beat. You have another look at it. It's one of those rollers on the grass, and a little unlucky there. Would have been Ledwith's 3rd of the campaign. That would have tied her for the team lead. She's still at 2. Grace Ham leads the team in points right now with 7 3 goals and an assist on the year. Grace Ham is on the field at the moment. Came in that last flurry of substitutions. The sister of former Indiana player Camille Ham. Throw in towards Greshik. One touch towards the middle. Ledwith looking to add pressure, but it's booted away by Young.
Well, right now, the pressure is on Oregon's back line. They've been dealing with Indiana's offense, showing relentless effort.
Ham's throw in. Greshik ahead towards Ledwith, who's getting jockeyed with in the 6. And it's picked up by Kaylee Goldstein, the goalkeeper. Good physical play that time from Jasmine Young, the 5'5", 6-year defender.
Yeah, Ledwith just trying to box out right outside the 6. Nearly worked for a shot attempt, but Goldstein scooped it up. Good use for the hands.
Sydney Chura's coming in for the Oregon Ducks in place of Selah Sims. Chura, a 5th-year forward, transferred in from the Savannah College of Art and Design. Trying to make a run up the right side is Karis Hall, who also came into the game in that last flurry of subs. Here's Taylor Bryan, the 6th year. Gains entrance into the 18. One touch pass, blocked by Volchek. Still Oregon's possession. Chura. And this will be off of Indiana. Oregon's first corner kick of the day with under 20 minutes to go in the first half coming up.
Yeah, that was knocked out of play by Grace Ham. getting her first minutes, not allowing an angle for Oregon. Here's an opportunity for the Ducks with the set piece.
Carly Cormack will be the one to take it today, or rather for this first time. Comes in and headed away by Haggerty, still in danger. Little chip cross in, loose in the center. Couple of chances for Oregon, but nothing comes of it, and it's cleared away. This back line of defenders for Indiana has been stellar today.
Yes, very active feet. When it's jumbled up in the box, Indiana's back line has really done a good job of booting it out of the way before a shot attempt.
Making Sally Rainey's job a little easier. Sally Rainey, a University of New Hampshire transfer. Already has 23 saves on the season. Cross into the middle, headed away by Volchek. Albert tussles with Bryan over there, and it'll be Oregon's ball on the far side touchline. Ducks are starting to swing the momentum a little bit with that set piece they had, and Indiana still trying to get it out of their own half. Pass in, Volchek there. And Olivia Smith clears it out.
And Volchek was immediately right there.
She's there again to disrupt the attack. Played along and out of play. It's still in the possession of the Ducks. Grace Ham over there involved in that stop as well. Olivia Smith runs with Chura. Greshik gets involved, gets bumped around a little bit. Now Oregon wanted a foul, they won't get one. Moving up the far side now is Ham. Ham with a run with a good burst of speed as well. And loses it away. Oregon on a counterattack. This is Taylor Bryan into the 18 with a right foot shot. It's blocked by Prattel. About 30 yards out. Oregon along the near side. A shot that just missed. Off the boot of an Oregon forward. I think it was Karis Hall who took it, but narrowly missed. We'll have another look.
That'd be Lauren Kenny.
Yep. It was a good shot, had Rainey beat, but just missed the frame by a foot or two.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Found the net thus far for either squad with 7.5 minutes to go in the first half of play. Opportunity for Sawyers to get involved. Ball falls back to Goldstein, and it's ripped up the middle. Volchek with some time. Good touch from Stanley. We'll loop back. Across the pitch to Prattle. Albert.
Here's Volchek.
Volchek dribbles in, gives towards Greshik, tries to fire a shot and is dispossessed. Indiana is able to keep the pressure on with the freshman Stanley. Or rather, excuse me, the junior Stanley. Only freshman on the pitch at the moment, I believe, is Grace Ham. Only one that's seen significant time this year as well. Battle with Greshik and another Duck down there in the corner. Greshik gives off towards Kim, who just is able to keep it in play, advances towards the 18. Give off to Ledwith, shot, she scores! Maggie Ledwith, her third goal of the season, and Indiana takes the lead in the late stages of the first half. It's 1-0.
For Indiana, it's the first goal in over 180 minutes of gameplay. That time, Natasha Kim keeping the ball alive, running down the end line, finding the pass to Ledwith. And Andrew, she's been so close in this first half to converting a goal. She finally does it.
Well, it's a great feed, and have to take that shot on the first touch, and Ledwith does just that. As the sophomore midfielder has her third goal of the season, and Indiana has the lead. Oregon's defense finally falters for the first time this afternoon.
That play was made by Natasha Kim, keeping that ball in bounds. Otherwise, it would have been a corner. But you get the defense off balance, the back line is out of position. All of a sudden, Maggie Ledwith's right there with the right foot, right at the 6.
Natasha Kim's first assist and first point of the year as well. So the early difference maker thus far, it's 1-0 Hoosiers with just above 5 to go in this first half. Fourth assist of Kim's career. She had 2 last year in 9 games played. She's seen action in every game this year, has started 6 of them. Now maybe another chance, as it'll be another corner for Indiana, looking to pile it on.
Indiana's just playing confident.
Look at this bench reaction. They are loving it. Look how much it means. That's a great shot by our camera crew. Great work down there.
Here's the 4th corner of this first half for Indiana.
Looks like the junior Ella Stanley will set up to take it.
And why not, if you're Indiana, just try to keep piling on before halftime.
Kim running up to receive a header. Instead it heads for Volchek, and she sends it the wrong way. But Indiana still with possession. And offsides, looks like Ella Stanley was a little too jumpy there to get that started. 4.5 to play first half.
And even for Oregon, they've have 6 shots, 1 on goal, but Indiana every time is able to return it back to the midfield.
Oregon will try and get started again. It's out of touch. A throw in for the Ducks. Controlled by Chura, the 5th-year forward. Midfield possession, it's Cormack who makes a nice pass. Great speed from Greshek, trying to dispossess the Oregon defender Alamares. And it's out of play. Oregon running out of time if they want to even this one up before the halftime break. Maybe with a chance if they can get into the box with Savannah Holly. Holly gains entry, has a look, and Volchek will let it roll over the back line and out of play for an Indiana goal kick.
Good work from Holly, weaving through the Indiana back line, but no one was there for a pass. And it was finally knocked out of play.
Played ahead for Albert, and she'll send it to the near side for Prattle. Ledwith, who scored the game's only goal to this point, with a through pass towards Grace Ham with great speed. Being pushed off the ball, nice defense, good physical play, and out of play.
Grace Ham shaken up a tad. She was screaming down the touchline.
Yeah, she had good speed. I think she got hit maybe up top. Hopefully she's all right. No foul called, I don't think.
Looked like a Oregon defender was boxing her out near the end line. Got physical. She seems to be fine, though.
Yep.
Rub some dirt on it. Yep.
Yeah, the
that
wrist
left elbow.
Jade Holly got in there. Say it's clean physical play, and it was clean all the way down the line. Good control by both of those players. Oregon looking to get something started with 2.5 to play in the first.
Here's a chance.
It'll be Kate Kubiak, and loses possession. Another goal kick. Kubiak, a redshirt freshman out of Newport Beach, California. But Oregon has not been able to carve up Indiana's defense. Indiana's had so many more quality chances, and it's paid off thus far. Rainey gives the head to Albert. Last 2 minutes of the half. Greshik with some space, sends it behind and out of touch to Prattle, and now Oregon's going to look to go pretty quick here with the freshman Izzy Sawyers. Savannah Holly loses her footing, but the ball stays with the Ducks for now. Sawyers, throw into the box towards Kubiak. Ducks were able to stay onside with that pass. Greshik advances the ball way downfield. No one's there except for Kaylee Goldstein, who boots it out of play.
And every time Oregon has it in their attacking third, they're just not able to get in position in the box for a cross or for a pass. Indiana center backs have done a really good job staying physical. Even if they're out of position, they find a way to get back in position and clear the ball.
45 seconds. Goldstein taking her time. Indiana looking for their first conference win of the year. They only won one match in conference play. It was against the Ducks last year. Greshik with some speed is taken off the ball. A nice tackle by the Ducks defense. Olivia Smith towards Ledwith with 11 seconds. Natasha Kim, one touch. Ledwith charges up into the center. Greshik, maybe a last-second chance. It's blocked away. And that's how the first half will end.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Prattle will throw it in. An Indiana player goes to ground, and there will be a whistle. A little bit more physicality and a couple more fouls at the start of this half.
Yeah, I think Oregon might need to turn it up a little bit, be more physical, be more aggressive, go for loose balls.
They're certainly trying to thus far.
Just try to find any way to get an advantage.
Volchek's pass gets picked off by Alamares in the back line for Oregon. And that's out of play. Hoosiers ball on the near side, just in front of the bench.
You see Coach Reif talking to Ledwith on the sideline.
Throw in from the center back Volchek, and it goes straight out of play. It'll advance up. Grace Ham is going to look to take this one quick. Sends it off of the back of Ledwith, ahead towards Neighbors, who's pushed off the ball by Alamares. Good defense from the freshman. And the clock gets stopped. And they'll get it started again on the throw-in. Neighbors, a soft touch. Back to Volchek, and a boot up ahead from Albert. Ham loses it. Oregon trying to corral in the center. Here's Olivia Smith, who works it away from Cormack. Prattle towards the far side to Haggerty. A one touch into the middle to the midfielder Ledwith. Rears up for a shot. It goes off of the back leg of Kennedy Neighbors. Sarah Serta sends it on back. Olivia Rush. One touch pass towards Grace Ham. Throws one on net, right to the chest of Kaylee Goldstein. Nice play.
And Ledwith and Ham both kind of in the way of each other. Ledwith leaves it off to Ham. And right before that, Ledwith had a shot right off the thigh of Neighbors. Could have been on goal, but Neighbors just got in the way there.
Neighbors was looking ahead towards the goal on the play there, but not one that I think they'll be too remiss about, as they've got the 1-0 lead.
But Indiana's done a good job in the passing lanes, leading one another, keeping possession, finding their way into the box, generating shots.
Here's Ham with some space into the 18, rifles a shot. It's deflected. And it'll be a corner for the Hoosiers. That one off of Abella Hunter leads to corner number 5 on the day for the Hoosiers.
First corner of this second half. You see Ham trying to cross it. Just a good deflection.
Block, yep.
Yeah, great block. Square off the shin.
Once your defense reset. Ham has already scored 3 times on the year. Kennedy Neighbors will take the corner from the near side, and it comes. A high one. Looked for Haggerty, but it's cleared away effectively.
And Neighbors tried to place it back post, looking for a header.
Neighbors. Through ball for Grace Ham. One touch pass into the middle. Sarah Serta had a chance on goal, but it went wide, and it will be another corner off the deflection.
Yeah, Indiana's midfield, and the midfield's done a good job getting it up towards the attacking third, and they've just prolonged possessions. You see Oregon clear it for a split second, but then you turn around a second later, and there's another cross into the box.
Here's Neighbors on another corner. 10 minutes into the second half. Punched away by Goldstein. Excellent move. Pradell loses it, and Oregon will move the other way. This is the midfielder Addison Boyer, the freshman, not waiting for numbers. And Ham catches up with her, eventually knocked out of play by Ledwith. A smart deflection, and
really good work from Addison Boyer, though, screaming down the middle of the field, getting her team on the offensive.
Indiana deserves some credit for getting back to that ball. And now a pass into the center. Shot that clangs off the bar. Second attempt, it's stopped by Volchek, and it's in. Oregon's tied it up. Lauren Kenny, I think, was the last one who put it in. And Kenny has found her second goal of the year. Oregon's first goal since the start of September, and we're all square in Bloomington.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
Throw in a great touch for Neighbors, but she's dispossessed. Addison Boyer for the Ducks tries to take it the other way. Now Bryan with it. Getting trailed by Hom, a great threaded pass. Up the middle and sent alongside. Shot off the post, it's in. Oregon has taken the lead. Jade Holly. My goodness, what a strike, her first goal of the year. And just like that, Oregon has the lead. It's 2-1.
A beautiful cross. Going left to right, flipping the field, leading Holly perfectly. And that's what they were missing in the first half, was just miscues, misleading your forwards. But that time, perfect pass, perfect one-timer shot into the left post, and ricochets to the back of the net.
Well, it's right off the post.
I mean, that's a beautiful pass, leading her all the way and swinging the right foot, squares it up on the ground. Just beautiful execution from Oregon in this offense.
And now Indiana is the one who has to respond. Both of these teams looking for their first conference win. Holly with her first goal as a Duck. Scored 2 in her career with the UC Davis Aggies. She's a veteran. 55 matches she played in at UC Davis, and now every match this year, and delivers in a big spot here in Bloomington. The rush falls down, it's a foul on Oregon. But now, how does Indiana respond? What does Josh Reif dial up to sort of get his team back into this one? Where do they go?
Well, it's time to just continue a possession in the midfield. Be confident in the passing lanes, work your way up to your attacking third, and it's all about staying aggressive, keeping the pedal to the metal.
Looking ahead for space, Sarah Serta.
They're starting to get back to their action now.
Dump off for Ham, and it's back to Serta, kicked out, shielded, and out of touch. It went off of the Ducks. Feels like Abella Hunter has been everywhere today for Oregon. And they'll get a new flag out there. I think this one broke off its post. Interesting. I presume to be the team managers will jog over and plant the new corner flag.
I don't know, they just had new posts on.
Well, if
new
one breaks,
flags
you
on
kind of need
standby.
it. It makes a big difference. Clock's still running. Oregon has the lead, it's 2-1.
Two quick goals.
2 goals within a span of 5 minutes for the Ducks.
There's a review
I think they're going to go back and
try to see who it was out on.
No, I think it was either that, and then they have to maybe reset the clock. But I think it will, because this is a big spot. It could be a corner for Indiana. I'm not sure what the replay would be about. A couple of subs getting ready to come on. Looks like Marissa Greshik and Natasha Kim for Indiana.
Natasha Kim had that beautiful assist early on. But if you're Indiana moving forward, you just have to live in your attacking third. You have to stay aggressive offensively, fight for second chances.
Yeah, right now on the field, it looks like it'll be an Indiana throw-in is what the decision is at the moment. Olivia Albert talking with Sally Rainey there. And maybe they'll beckon in the substitutions. Yes, they will. Sarah Serta will take a seat, as will Grace Ham, in place of Marissa Greshik and Natasha Kim. 28 minutes and 55 seconds on the clock. Back underway. A throw-in from Kim is promptly cleared, at least for the moment, by Oregon. It's Karis Hall. Who's just trying to build some momentum. Here's Hayden Volchek. Good tackle, but it's a whistle. Volchek doesn't agree with the call. She thought she got the ball first, but it'll go the way of the Ducks.
There's one thing about Hayden Volchek. She will be aggressive. She will put her body on the line. Do anything for her team to find an advantage. That time the call goes against her.
Oregon will maybe start employing some ways to bleed off some clock, try to protect this lead that they have. It's 2-1. Maybe a rush trying to re-corral it, but now it's the Ducks. Carly Cormack will regain. Cormack took a shot. She'll have a chance to give it back to her back line, and it's Alamares who finds it. Over to her center back companion in Young. One touch to Osmussen. And Hunter at the 18, throws one on net, it's still loose. Oregon scored again! My goodness!
Well, Bella Hunter, she was calling for the ball for at least 30 seconds, just pleading. She had so much space, and she dribbles it to the edge of the 18, crosses it into the box, and
see. Well, it's a great pass, and I think it found the foot of Kaylin Bloom. Number 15 there, she goes to celebrate.
Yeah, Kaylin Bloom.
Bloom with her second goal of the season, and now it's dire straits for Indiana.
Wow. This game has taken a 180 in the second half.
Flip of a coin and turned over the wrong side of it for the Hoosiers.
Indiana now in a deep hole in the blink of an eye.
They've got time to, they've got their work cut out for them, I should say. 63rd minute goal from Kaylin Bloom, her second of the year, a redshirt senior out of Dixon, California. Transferred from Cal. So exactly 27 minutes to go. Natasha Kim looking to start something. She gets pushed off. Volchek will send it on ahead. Neighbors loses it. It's out to Olivia Rush now. We'll have to back off. Great pesky defense from Chloe Chase. Or rather, that's Bloom instead. And that one, a Oregon player down in the box is Jade Holly. This is Bella Haggerty. Gives it back, and Oregon is showing no signs of letting up the pressure. Olivia Albert will have to boot it on back to Sally Rainey.
Well, 3 goals for Oregon. That's the most they've scored in a game since August 24th when they were in Hawaii. And they won 3-0 over Hawaii.
By far their most efficient output of conference play. Greshik tries to throw one on net. That got deflected right off of her boot. Volchek playing physical. Gets it away from Karis Hall.
It's such an encouraging sign for Oregon and for head coach Tracy Joyner.
Now a run. Osmussen loses it. And it goes back to Jade Holly. Bloom, couple of touches. Osmussen takes it away, and Haggerty pushes her off her line.
And for a team that hadn't scored in 4 matches, you know, for Tracy Joyner, she has to be so encouraged by this second half showing from her team. Down 1-0 at halftime. Your back's against the wall yet again, but the offense finds a way to pile on some goals. And that can propel them forward in Big Ten play.
They just need a spark, and maybe another spark coming up for the Ducks. As it was Lauren Kenny who was looking to get something started. Remember, she scored the first Oregon goal today. And Indiana trying their best to respond. Kim losing out on some speed. Give it off to Greshik near side with space. Across into the center. It sails too high for Mary Kate Sullivan.
And defensively, we love to talk about Indiana, the job they've done despite not a ton of offensive production, but this 3 goals is the most they've allowed all year. And in the blink of an eye, I mean, we're nearly halfway through the second half. 3 goals put up by Oregon. Seems like a split second. We've just found teammates in passing lanes.
Some subs ready to come in for Indiana. Jenna Chatterton, the graduate midfielder who hails from Noblesville, and then Paige Droner from New Jersey. Fresh legs with just under 24 minutes to play in the match. Oregon with a new 3-1 lead. Greshik triangles with Kim and Volchek. Natasha Kim sends it ahead. One touch from Neighbors. Great speed from Greshik to get around. One touch gains the zone. And Indiana draws a corner as Greshik kicked it off of Hunter's cleat. And this is the chance Indiana needs to bring this back to a one-goal game.
And Indiana's had several corner opportunities today, this being their 7th.
Neighbors is ready. She raises her hands, and here comes the corner. Into the box, punched away. Albert's there, kicks it on net and misses wide. Eating some contact from Kenny was Olivia Albert, and it'll be a throw-in rather. Substitutions coming in for both sides. Savannah Holly comes in for Karis Hall. And then on Indiana's side, it's Paige Stroner and Jenna Chatterton.
Indiana had a productive corner. They found a shot.
Neighbors looking to find some space. She'll find some. That's a goal! It's a one-goal game. Oh my, what is happening in this match? Indiana brings it to within one. I think it was Jenna Chatterton right off the bench, an immediate impact.
Andrew, we thought this was going to be a 1-0 type of game. It's been the complete opposite in the second half.
My goodness.
Indiana now with life. You see the crowd back into this contest.
Well, Chatterton, a one-touch and nothing at all that Goldstein could do. It's a one-goal match.
Yeah, she plays the one hop, just loops it over Goldstein. A beautiful touch.
That's Chatterton's first goal as a Hoosier.
It saves Indiana's chances in this one.
Grad transfer from Tennessee, and it's 3-2.
Well, now both sides starting to turn up the heat.
Asmussen. I mean, who knows what'll happen in the last 22 minutes. All expectations are out the window for the rest of this match. Mary Kate Sullivan is able to knock this one out of play. Oregon now will get a chance to respond with their own corner from the far side. And they'll take as much time as they want with a one-goal lead. Looks like they'll send over Carly Cormack to take it, the Honolulu native.
Big spot for Indiana's defense.
This is huge. Cormack's ready. Here comes the cross. Rainey got a hand on it and a whistle. It'll go Indiana's way.
Well, despite the Hoosiers allowing those 3 goals in the second half alone, offensively, they have continued to apply pressure. They've really played a good game on the offensive side. 11 shots for Indiana, 4 on goal. You got to think the Hoosiers will have a couple more chances to tie this thing up.
Due to time constraints, we now move ahead in the action.
The other one is, and it's a foul on Oregon as Ella Asmussen took Paige Droner to the ground. 5 subs ready to come in. Look at this. Olivia Albert is getting ready to come back into the game. You see how much that means. She wants to make every difference she can. That's some grit right there.
Looks to be half mummy.
She's got, I think, some wrap up there. Back to the action, it's Josie Pradell. Sends it into the box, a little bit wide left. Towards the middle with a chance, still in the air, a shot. Volchek throws one on. Indiana wants a handball. The referee says it went off the shoulder. And out of play.
Oh, so many opportunities, just too jumbled in the box to find an open lane. And here come the subs. And this is what Josh Reif wants. He wants fresh legs to close this thing out the final 12 minutes.
Olivia Albert deserves a ton of credit for coming back into this game after that hit she took. That is unbelievable.
Unbelievable toughness from your senior leader.
It's the Big Ten in all sports. You think of Big Ten basketball, you think of gritty, tough, hard-nosed. Think of Big Ten football, think of running the ball. Soccer's the same way. That'll be a whistle on Indiana. These teams just want it. But who wants it more? Last 12 minutes of this match. Indiana looking for the equalizer. And a whistle.
Indiana's starting to turn up the heat since that Jenna Chatterton goal. They've found more chances in their attacking third. They're so close to converting for the third goal. Oregon stalling a little offensively.
So the substitutions are as follows for the Hoosiers. 5 swaps. Kennedy Neighbors is on for Abby Eiler. Marissa Greshik takes a seat in place of Maggie Ledwith, who's already scored once today. MK Sullivan takes a seat for Olivia Albert. Paige Droner off for Olivia Smith, and then Grace Ham takes Josie Pradell's spot. Clock is stopped at 12:09. Free kick on the way.
How is Coach Reif not hot in that hoodie?
I have no idea. I bet he might be, but maybe it keeps him focused on what's ahead of him with the hood up and everything.
But for Oregon, you have to continue to fight offensively. You're in still plenty of time, 12 minutes. You don't want to sell out defensively, focus on time of possession. You need to continue to try to place a 4th goal.
And the time-wasting tactics will stop as the substitutions coming in. Karis Hall.
I mean, the more Oregon is in their attacking third, the better.
It is, yep. Addison Boyer will take a seat in place of Karis Hall. Throw in for the Ducks. It's Abella Hunter. Somehow kept in by Hall, and now down to ground as a Duck. Indiana's going to look to go the other way. Natasha Kim, a one-touch pass right off the forehead of Alamares. Olivia Albert will rush after this. And a whistle for offsides. That's called on the Ducks.
See what Indiana has on this push now.
Savannah Holly was whistled for offsides. 11:30 to play. Aiden Volchek alongside with Albert.
Trying to mosey their way up to the midfield. Safe passes.
Doesn't have to happen all at once. Continued pressure has gotten them places today. They might look to go to the same strategy. Now they advance.
The Indiana passing has been tremendous today.
They've been calculated in the second half after giving up some goals. Here comes a cross from Haggerty. It falls to Kim, who looks to fire a shot, but couldn't get the boot on it in time. Olivia Albert on the near side with some space. Puts it in, it was deflected. Here comes a chance for the Hoosiers. It's right at the line and cleared away.
Oh my.
The shot from Rush wouldn't go. Goalkeeper was out of position. And one of the defenders for Oregon came in to make the stop as a de facto goalkeeper.
But Indiana still applying pressure.
Right around the 10-minute mark. Bodies fall to the floor. Ball goes out of play. A replay on this. Rush had a shot. It was a great stop from Goldstein, and then I believe it was Jade Holly who came in to clean up the pieces.
Yeah, best save of the day from Goldstein.
That's a game saver.
The fact that she got a glove on that was incredible.
Was in the right position. Haggerty gets it around. Looking to advance towards Kim. Tried to go for a heel flick, but it's sent away by Young. And it'll be a Hoosier throw-in for Jenna Chatterton. And whistle. Marissa Greshik is going to come on to this game in place of Natasha Kim. They want every attacker they can get on this pitch right now.
Yeah.
Throw comes in, 9 minutes to play. Indiana playing to keep their home unbeaten streak alive. and trying to force a draw. Pass comes in. Greshik couldn't work anything with it. Far side, the Ducks can't clear it away. Holly kicked it off an Indiana defender, and the Ducks have a throw-in. 8:41 to go. Time ticking ever closer, but it is fully in desperation mode in crunch time right now for IU. Volchek to Haggerty. We'll send it on back. Olivia Albert. The long aired out pass up towards Neighbors and Ledwith. Young pokes it away for the Ducks. This is Smith. Fakes out Hall. Sent towards Greshik. One touch pass into the crescent and cleared away by Young.
This Oregon defense, they're on their heels. Indiana applying pressure continuously in these last 5 minutes. Here they are again.
Volchek and the Hoosiers throwing everything at Oregon. Greshik, a shot. It was blocked. Hunter there again. And Indiana will take another throw in. Greshik will leave it off for Grace Ham. He plays it in quickly. Olivia Albert gets pressed. Looks to send it into the box. Ledwith is there. She's getting grabbed. She got taken to ground. No whistle just yet. And a whistle now as there's a couple of Oregon players down in the 18-yard box. Looks like Jasmine Young and Jade Holly.
Great field position for this free kick too, Andrew.
I think that's where it'll be. It's what the referee's setting up for. Maybe now Jade Holly, one of the best defenders on this team, is gonna have to take a seat. Taking her spot will be Alexis Cockrell-Gonzalez, the freshman who hails from Eugene, Oregon. A 5'4" defender and a true freshman. Shows you how much trust that Tracy Joyner has in her team. Indiana's bench is confused on why this is a drop ball. But they'll play on with 7 minutes to go. Neighbors racing after the freshman. It's cleared away. Indiana will take a throw in with Chatterton. Looking to push the pace. Volchek tried to flick it behind her, but it's instead gotten away by Cormack.
If you're Oregon now, it's time to just kill time, clear the ball. You're not worried about your offense. You're just trying to stay stout defensively.
They've scored 3. Will it be enough? A shot! Indiana's tied it up! What a match this has been! We're all tied. My goodness. In the last 10 minutes of the match, Olivia Rush with a strike from outside the box, and her first of the season. That's as good as it gets. We're tied at 3 with 6.5 to play.
Painting the corner.
This is incredible.
Wow. Five second-half goals.
And now, where did both of these teams go? Indiana has brought it back from down 2. They just needed a chance.
Well, we said it. I mean, the second half, Indiana, they gave up those 2 goals early, but they have just continued to fight and fight.
And do they have more left in them? Greshik with a chance, 6 minutes to play. She dribbles into the 18, looking for a cross to the center. No one's home.
Great opportunity. Here's its second chance look.
Smith will take her time, find some space, and loops around. Doing anything she can to get this ball into the 18, and it's poked out by Oregon.
Now it's a question of, does Oregon's defense have enough juice?
Jade Holly's back into the game. A throw into the box towards Ledwith, or rather Neighbors. And Holly will clear it away. 5.5 to play. Indiana with all the momentum on their home pitch in front of this home crowd that's been loud all day. We've been treated to an amazing match.
We have.
Errant pass and a whistle. Foul on Oregon. It was off the ball, it looked like. Hoosiers will take the kick fast. Exactly 5 to play. We're in the 86th minute. Albert and Volchek will go back and forth.
Indiana's controlled the midfield exceptionally well in the second half. You see it right in front of us.
Volchek. Smith gets bumped off. It heads back to the defensive line. Nice move from Ledwith. Albert towards the box. Headed out. Ledwith has a boot on it. Cormack looking to take it the other way. Gives it on ahead towards Taylor Bryan, and now she has a run. It's a 3-on-3. Bryan towards the center. Dumped off, a pass right on back, a shot, and a great save from Rainey. Bryan the shot. Oregon looking to capitalize on a counterattack, but a great stand from Indiana.
The first push Oregon's had in over 10 minutes.
It's been a while. Here comes the boot from Sally Rainey. Neither of these teams want a draw. They'll take one, but they don't want one after the way this game is seesawed back and forth. Haggerty. Ahead for Ledwith. Dispossessed by Alamares. Header up the middle. Rush is there. Back and forth. Haggerty will let this one go out of play with 3 minutes to go.
Does Indiana have one last push?
Olivia Albert. Cross on in, looking for Ledwith. Goal kick for the Ducks. And a substitution as Kate Kubiak, the redshirt freshman, replaces the true freshman Alexis Cockrell-Gonzalez. Maybe a sign of Oregon wanting to push the pace a little bit. Both of these teams have to be wary of the counterattack with 2.5 to go. What a match this has been thus far, but we're not done just yet. Neighbors plays it. It's back towards Young. One takeaway could switch this on a dime. Now with a run, Rainey will come out to play it and picks it up. Just before Kubiak could get to it. Smith to Volchek. Goes south for Albert. Albert looking to start something with 2 minutes left. What more magic does this game have? A run for the Hoosiers. Neighbors was there. Instead, it's Greshik to control at the left side corner. Gets around, looks to play it in, and that is out of the boundary. It's a goal kick for the Ducks with 95 seconds to play.
And you got to think that might be the best chance Indiana will have the rest of the way. They maintain possession worked their way down to the attacking third, and Greshik had a decent look. Now it's a matter of, will Oregon stall, or will they go full force and try for one more goal? It looks like they're trying to fight one more shot attempt.
What more do they have? Into the 90th minute. In a match that has gone every which way. Oregon looking to start. Taylor Bryan gives near side to Cormack. Hard physical play from Ham, who falls over but gets the ball away from the Ducks. Albert ahead towards Greshik. Can she work it around? Abella Hunter says no. Flicked on ahead towards Cormack. 30 seconds. Albert now up ahead towards Rush. She wants her teammates to go, or rather Smith. Does Oregon have another shot? 15 seconds. Everybody's got to hustle up if they want to avoid a draw. 10 to go. One more pass for the Ducks. It falls to Sally Rainey. And Indiana keeps their home unbeaten streak alive in one of the most exciting matches you'll ever see. 3-3 after 90 minutes. What a match we just witnessed.
Incredible, Andrew. It was 1-0 at halftime. It looked like it was going to be a defensive battle the whole way. That was not the case. 5 goals in the second half. Indiana was down 3-1. They pick up 2 more goals, and then they keep their defense alive to maintain the draw. But Oregon, incredible effort, the most goals they've scored since August 24th. Indiana keeps the unbeaten streak at home alive. Just a great contest for both sides, Andrew.
6 goals, 5 of which were in the second half.